ask yourself a few questions. The likes of the Labour Party have won a massive majority with around 20% of the population voting for them. The likes of Keir Starmer has showed his hand in reference to being a tyrant when it comes to policing, two-tier, taking a minority over the majority, also taking away our rights in reference to social media and not being able to speak out where we need to.
But is it true? Well, Keir Starmer's first speech following the initial Southport riots last week was bold and robust.
I can announce today that following this meeting, we will establish a national capability across police forces to tackle violent disorder. These thugs are mobile, they move from community to community, and we must have a policing response that can do the same.
And I should add, the Prime Minister was right to take this approach. The hooligans and yahoos we have seen causing havoc on our streets deserve to face the full force of the law. However, how did Sir Keir respond during a similar round of riots just a few years ago? Oh, that's right, he took the knee to the Black Lives Matter mob, as did the now Deputy Prime Minister, Angela Rayner.
They are the images organisers of this protest had desperately hoped to avoid. But for a second night, police officers under attack from an angry crowd around Whitehall. Running for cover as protesters threw bottles and other objects at them. As the officers headed under the arches in King Charles Street, reinforcements from the Met's Public Order Unit rushed in to hold the police line.
You okay?
At least one officer we saw suffered a head injury in the violence. As more reinforcements arrived, police began making some arrests before gaining control and holding off the crowd.
A different kind of question. You say you're a Met officer. Would you take the knee at a Black Lives Matter demo?
Would I?
Yes, sir.
Depends on the context. If we're talking about a crowd that is throwing bricks and bottles and Molotov cocktails or whatever, then no, because that situation will allow it. If we're talking about a peaceful protest, then yes, I would.
Thanks for your time. Can I put that to you, Sir Keir? Where are you on officers taking the knee, as it's called?
I think Alex got it absolutely spot on there, actually. I think a number of officers want to. Obviously, the violence against them is completely unacceptable, as Commissioner Cressida-Dick said, and nobody think there's anything good about that violence. But officers taking the knee where they want to, where things are peaceful, I think is a very good thing. Should be an individual decision.
Can you police with individual decisions, do you think, Sir
I think there's a lot of discretion in policing, handling a situation, and individual officers that know their communities are best placed, I think, to make those decisions.
Now government collectively taking the knee during Black Lives Matter, many of us would have thought at the time that was going to come back to haunt them, and so it has, because I thought it cleverly was quite right to say you treat different crimes differently. The blanket condemnation of criminality in the riots is spot on, but that's not how you behave in other circumstances. I also thought he was right to say the government's basically had nothing to say about Notting Hill Carnival double murder, because it just doesn't fit their narrative or their worldview. If you're going to police, you have to police without fear or favour, and that's not what this government seems to be.